Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
There's the whistle, and here we go. It's a Itakura. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Weghorst. And claimed it back swiftly. He shifted it to the flank. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Surely! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
That's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
You have to expect that from everyone.
Looking to play him in. Lugano. There's the shot! Goal! Nil! The first significant strike. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop him.
Lille have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Distributed tidily. Can he finish? No, he's missed it.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Mandy does really well to win the ball there. Nicely spread. Lugano. He's picked his way through. Good ball, good take. And the finish! Oh, it's come off the upright. That's put paid to the danger. And the shot! It's hit the upright. He's keen, determined to have his say.
Lille really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And the referee says that is that for the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Lille come in leading by just the odd goal.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Lille are in a pretty decent... Tries a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Lille come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Space for him to turn and look. It's a goal kick. Lille are still that goal to the good. Knocks it into space. He's found the way through. Chance for a shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
That was some seriously slick play. Pretty much textbook apart from the finish. Very impressive movement.
Now it's Weghorst. And he was quick to react. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Driving forward. He's in plenty of space here. He's on it, can he get away? He's having a shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Towering header! And that would have been game, set and match.
Giroud has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Berghaus. Weghorst. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Oh, he's having a go! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
Can he get it through? And here's Giroud, bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And that's gone loose. He's shifting through the gears here. And the referee brings it to a close. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, it may be smiles all round, Peter, but it's a game that's given the boss some food for thought. Good result, yes, but they really could have done with making life easier. All it would have needed was just to take another chance or two.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing, certainly up for this one. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, Peter, you can dress it up any way you like, but we all know what we're in for.
And there's no point trying to pretend otherwise. No disguising the edginess that's swirling around us here.
No, these teams only know one way to play each other.
It is a true heavyweight clash.
La formazione del Milan.
They do appear, Jim Beglin, to be going with a 5-3-2 formation.
Well, if flexibility doesn't have an influence on this system, we truly are looking at an approach that is quite negative. But at least there is good scope to turn a seemingly deep-line defence into a more dangerous attacking outfit. This system will allow plenty of attacking numbers without necessarily compromising on that discipline.
There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I really like this guy, Romagnoli, Peter, especially the way he's willing to go further up the field and press opponents in high positions, giving his team that opportunity to counter a little more quicker. You need to be very confident to be able to go that far up with that sort of regularity. But he pulls it off.
Goes for a shot! And he couldn't finish.
Muslin has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Modric. That's Rayo. And here's Pulisic. Shifted it to the flank. Tries a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Cataldi. Lazio are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
And the counter is on. Cataldi. Oh, good spread. Fofana. And the return pass. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Pulisic. Bartesaghi. Cataldi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Fofana looking for options for movement. Pulisic.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Modric. Oh, cracking ball. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Throw in. Lazzari.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Now it's Muslin. And the referee has blown for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So between them, no goals at all so far.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Cancellieri. Modric gets over and intercepts. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. And it's Bartesaghi. Rayo. Modric. That's destined for the flank.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi
Cancellieri.
è di 80.607 spettatori.
Now it's Pulisic. Over to the right flank. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Great defending, strong and determined. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Cataldi. Pulisic.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
No luck with that dink over the top. Romagnoli. And it's Tavares. It's a good run he's making out on the left. And it's Tavares. Now it's Noslin. That is good alertness.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, shooting chance! That's brilliant from Rayo! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Rayo! No, just not quite.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Basic. Husai. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Rabiot claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. The end of the game. Reflections?
Milan really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intent.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
The There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who'll need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'm going to pick João Moutinho. I call him the ferret because he can slip into places and cause trouble before opponents can react. Loves to get between the lines and
goes for a shot! That's put pay to the danger. João Moutinho, and he's had it nicked away. Mangala. And here's Endrick.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Navarro. Grilic. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Still goalless at the moment. Well, they can break here. That is good strength. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Navarro. Now it's Victor. Looking to play him in. Oh, well measured. Oh, good take in a good area. Oh, it's Fremner. Oh, it's fallen loose again. Goal! Braga! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Grilic.
Lyon are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Ricardo Horta. Chance, surely! Mangala.
Lyon truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
He is through here. Ricardo Horta! Brilliant from Ricardo Horta! He's got himself an absolute peach. They are purring, truly purring.
But pour l'équipe USC Braga.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Yeah, tempted and teased the keeper into thinking he could get to it, but it just eased away to catch the inside of the post.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Mangala.
Il y aura 2 minutes de
Good take, and is he in? Chance for a shot! Keeper's not concerned by that. And that brings the first half to a close.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So straight into the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Mangala. That pass isn't the best.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Mata. Ricardo Horta. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Pass somewhat off target. João Moutinho, and it's made its way to him. He's found a way through. Oh, nicely intercepted. Looking for options for movement. And he shoots! And yes, it's there!
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Lille cut their deficits and look raring to go again.
I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. Yaremchuk joining us now. I think we all anticipated that.
Well, it does have its detractors always, but Route 1 has certainly proven itself effective over the years.
Lille will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. He might be in here! Zalazar. Tagliafico. Can he finish? It's a goal! And right near the end, we have parity. The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time.
It's a promising position. Threads one in. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
No winner after 90 minutes. Another 30 minutes, hopefully, to make a difference. We are already back underway.
le numéro
Lille
99.
displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. Now can they go one better? Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Knocks it out wide. He's picked his way through. An instinctive delivery. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Shapes to shoot! He lifts the roof! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! That was easy. Almost too easy.
But pour l'équipe
Some
des
great movement
Girona.
here, and the pass was
Après 12
perfect.
minutes dans les
All he had
premières
to do was
secondes.
just apply the finishing
Numéro
touch.
9. Changement en cours.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Temps additionnel, 1
And
minute.
it's Hatterboer. Hatterboer. That's very neat. Now it's Hatterboer. Oh, sweet feet. And we're halfway through extra time.
Chers spectateurs, je
The
voudrais
team's
avoir
then
une petite
separated
pensée
by
pour
just
tous
one
d'entre vous
significant
qui
moment.
fêtent leur anniversaire
How telling
aujourd'hui.
will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide. And the action has already restarted. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. No, that's been intercepted. Liakate. Tagliafico. Well, this could be it, bar something close to a minor miracle.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though. Sporting Braga can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Now it's Endrick. Can he finish? And that's it. They chased and chased, but it wasn't to be. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Lyon definitely struggled to get going. That was sensed by their support early on, and it just compounded the frustration.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
So it's away we go then. And it's De Bruyne. Lobotka. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Foot in. Buchanan. Politano. De Bruyne. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Gerard Moreno. Can he get it through? He's in plenty of space here. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Cleared away. And now they can spring out of defence. Over to the other side. And he cuts out the supply. And that's going up front in a hurry. And that has been slung wide. Anguissa.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
And it's Lobotka. And here's Højlund. He might be it. Højlund! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he's opted for the long pass. Villarreal are very much a team that like to work off a central target. Is that how you see them, Jim?
Yeah, I agree with that, Peter. They seem to have the right personnel, certainly on the delivery front. I'm sure there's a trigger to this, whether it's someone opening up the passing lanes or making a move into the box.
De Bruyne. And here's Politano. De Bruyne. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's De Bruyne. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
De Bruyne showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Spinazzola. He's on it, can shoot! Oh, it's come loose. And the referee has blown for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. So straight into the second half.
Napoli have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Oh, he's bustling through here. It's chance for a shot. Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.314
Just about up to the hour now.
spettatori.
That's a promising position. Lobotka. Well, that is one way to stop him. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, well measured. Oh, good take in a good area. There's the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Gerard Moreno clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 19.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 9.
That has been knocked clear.
Il numero 30.
And
Cambio di
now a
giocatore.
sudden chance to counter. He is through here. Nicely weighted ball. And it's on Gisa. Now there's a fine ball.
Napoli clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Matsocchi.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Vega clears it away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
He has found the way through. That's very neat. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, the scoreline may have a disappointing look about it, Peter, but that's where it ends. I think this game has had a real lively feel, and I'm not ready to give up on it yet.
Il numero 22. Il numero 6.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next. And we are already back underway. Shot at goal! And he's quick to get rid. And it's on Gisa. And a chance! And he couldn't finish.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And he's had it nicked away. Buongiorno spots it and intercepts. Anguissa being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, they've got to deny him time and space, and that's one way of ensuring it.
Elmas. Now it's Perez. So that was it, the first period of extra time. So 15 minutes to find a winner, but is there anything left in the tank? Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? 105 minutes of deadlock, 15 minutes to break it. Plays it across. Keeper has taken decisive action. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And this is Lukaku. It's Lukaku! And it's hit the woodwork and out.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Caught offside that time. And that is that. There is only one way to decide this now. So after all of that, what can we say?
Yeah, and it was clear who the better side was in extra time. It was equally clear why they didn't win it.
So here comes the ultimate pressure moment. Penalties are imminent. Lukaku is over the first kick. And no mistake.
Well, so far, so good, Peter.
Parejo pondering where to put it. That's a brilliant read. Oh, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Up by 2. They're up by 2.
A great position now, but still work to be done.
So down by 2, another miss can be game, set and match. And he sticks it away.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
This to double their advantage. 2 up.
Well, this is effectively a very welcome cushion, Peter.
Villarreal really cannot miss this. Great penalty, outwitted the keeper.
It was well disguised. It gave no inkling as to where he was going on that.
This to put them 2 up. Oh, you're not going to save that. They're up by 2.
A great position now, but still work to be done. We're talking about a pressure penalty.
Saved! And that will be that. So in the end, they just about prevailed. All the emotional torture and travails, worth it in the end. Well, ultimately, it came down to penalties. Any thoughts, Jim, having seen what you have?
Napoli definitely had to take the scenic route, but I don't think they'll be complaining too much. Their sense of purpose and overall approach to the game just gave them a slight edge that enabled them to pull through.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Oh, that is a nice touch. That is good strength. There's the shot! Goal! RZ! And RZ take the lead. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Lovely pass, but can he get there? RZ leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And he's found a way, takes a shot! And it's hoisted clear. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
Well, sometimes you can see it coming a mile off. Yet, because of the timing of both the run and the pass, it can be hard to stop. Always next time.
And they can counter here. He's picked his way through. Can he get it through? He's got away. Produces a cross. And he's there to... Oh, he's been caught on it here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Nicely weighted ball. He's found a way through. Chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And that was very necessary. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. More. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, he'd have done well to reach that.
RZ really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
RZ couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Oh, that's fabulous. Gets a good foot in there.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And the referee has blown for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Just a quick announcement.
AZ up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
Is now in operation for your
On the
safety.
evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
AZ can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. So straight into the second half. AZ leading courtesy of the game's only goal. And he's quick to snap. Chermiti! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
AZ just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. More.
There's a sharp little ball here. It's a promising position.
The attendance for this match
That's
was
exactly
50,000.
what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Stood up well to him there. Can he spark a counter here? AZ still have the cards to affect this game.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Real chance! It's bounced back off the post. And that's a tiny finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Substitution on the field.
AZ are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Substitutions taking place.
So a bit of a revolving door
Substitution in
here.
progress.
Lots and lots of changes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Oh, sweet feet. There's the delivery. That's put play to the danger. And we have our very first corner. Oh, great leap! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Thinks about the shot. Big chance! And that is wildly off target. And that is that. AZ are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So many thanks to Jim
Hello,
Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Announcement. Would the father of a boy in a yellow t-shirt kindly make his way to the information center?